Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss our chapter number 14, that is statistics. So every day we come across a wide variety of information in the form of facts, numerical figures, tables, graph, etc. And these are provided by newspapers, televisions, magazines and other means of communication. Okay, so these may relate to cricket batting or bowling, averages, profits of a company, temperatures of cities, expenditure in various sectors, um, and so on. So these facts or figures which are numerical or otherwise collected with a definite purpose are called data. Okay, so what is a data? Data is a collection of information. Okay, like in the school your data will be there. जैसे कि अगर मान लो कि हमने देखना है कि हमारे स्कूल में कितने स्टूडेंट्स हैं, ठीक है, तो उसके लिए हमारे पास रजिस्टर बने हुए हैं, आपका सारा डाटा पीसी में कलेक्ट है कि कौन सा बच्चा कहाँ से आता है, पेरेंट्स का नेम, फादर नेम, मदर नेम, phone number, okay, and your address. So all this information is known as data. Okay, every part of our lives utilizes data in one form or the other. Okay, so it becomes essential for us to know more to extract meaningful information from such data. So this extraction of meaningful information is studied in the branch of mathematics called statistics. Okay, so this word, the statistics word, derived from Latin word status, which means a political state. Okay, so what is the meaning of statistics? Statistics was simply the collection of data on different aspects of life of people, useful to state. Okay, now we will discuss about that how can we present a data. Okay, for this let us take an example. Okay, so consider the marks obtained by 10 students in mathematics test as given below. These are the marks that are obtained by 10 students in the subject mathematics. Okay, so as you see that marks are given, and now this data is in the form of raw data. ओके, जैसे हम कहते हैं ना कि कच्चा माल उसको तैयार किया जाता है, ठीक है, सो हमारे पास ये एक रॉ डाटा है, ठीक है, एंड बाय लुकिंग एट इट we can find the highest and lowest marks also. Okay, so okay, tell me one thing, that did it take you some time to search the highest and lowest marks? Okay, so अगर ये हमारे पास असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में हो या फिर डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में हो तो इट इज़ वेरी इजी ना टू फाइंड द लोएस्ट एंड हाईएस्ट मार्क्स. So first of all we arrange the given data in ascending order. Okay, so as you see here data is arranged in ascending order. From here now we can easily find the highest and lowest marks. So as you see that the lowest marks is 25 and the highest marks is 95. Okay, so when we subtract lowest marks and highest marks, or you can say that when we subtract lowest marks from the highest, we get range. Okay, तो रेंज क्या होती है कि the difference of highest and lowest value in the data is called range. Okay, so 95 is the highest and 25 is the lowest, so subtract both 95 minus 25 which is equal to 70, so 70 is the range. Okay, So as you see, if here only 10 students are here in this question, but sometimes the presentation of data in ascending or descending order can be quite time consuming. Okay, so because when the number of observation in the experiment is large, so it is sometimes it difficult. Okay, so that's why we have another method to present the data. To explain it, let us take an example. Okay, so example number 2, consider the marks obtained by 30 students of class 9 of a school. Okay, so here marks are given out of 100, and how many students marks are there? 30. Okay, so here we have the marks of 30 students of 9th class. Okay, so now I see in this data that the student that got 70 marks. Okay, how many students are there that got 70 marks? There are 4 students. So as you see, 70, 70, 70, 70. So how many students got 70 marks? There are 4 students. So the frequency of 70 marks is 4. So what is the frequency? The number of students who have obtained a certain number of marks is called frequency of those marks. Clear? To make it more easily and understandable, we write it in a table. Okay, so first of all we draw table. Here we write the marks, and here we write the number of students. Okay, so as you see that firstly the lowest marks is 10, then 20, then 36, then 40, 50, 56, 60, 70, 72, 80, 88, 92, 95. तो सबसे पहले हमने मार्क्स लिख लेने हैं कि जितने जितने मार्क्स आए हैं, जैसे 10, फिर 20 आ रहे हैं, फिर उससे बड़ा 36, 36 से बड़ा हमारे पास क्या आ रहा है 40, 40 आफ्टर 40, 50 एंड ग्रेटर देन 50, 56. तो इस तरीके से पहले हमने क्या लिख लेने हैं मार्क्स. ओके, आफ्टर दैट वी राइट द नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स हु गॉट मार्क्स 10. तो जितने हमने ये काउंट कर लेने हैं कि कितने स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे हैं जिन्होंने 10 मार्क्स लिए हैं. ठीक है, सो लेट्स सी, only one student is there who got 10 marks. Okay, so we write here 1. Okay, now how many students got 20 marks? So as you see the data, only one student got the 20 marks. Okay, now we count how many students got 36 marks. So the number of the student 1 and 2, 3. Okay, so there are 3 students who got 36 marks. In this way we check all the students. Now marks 40, there are 4 students, 50, 3 students, 56, 2 students, 60, 4 students, 70, 4 students, 72, 1, 80, 1. You have to check from here. Okay, so now 88 के हम find out कर लेंगे 1 and 2 students are there who got 88 marks, and then 92 वाले हमारे पास 3 students हैं, and जिसने 95 marks got लिए हैं वो कितने हैं 1. Okay, so when you add the number of the students, so add it, everyone add it. When you add, the total number of the students come 30. Okay, so as you see we have total number of students 30. So here addition of all the number of the student is also 30. It means our answer is right. Clear? And remember that this table is called an ungrouped frequency distribution table. Ungrouped frequency distribution table. Or you can simply say frequency distribution table, और हम simply इसको frequency distribution table भी बोल सकते हैं, ठीक है. Also note that here we can use tally marks for the preparing this table. Okay, so let us take the next. So example number 3, as you see, 100 plants each were planted in 100 schools during Van Mahotsav. After 1 month, the number of plants that survived were recorded as. So as you see, this is a record of 100 plants that are planted in the 100 schools. Okay, so the number of plants that are survived means कि 100 स्कूल में हमने प्लांट्स प्लांट किए हैं, प्लांटेड है, ठीक है. तो उनमें से जितने प्लांट्स चल पड़े, मतलब उनकी ग्रोथ होने लगी, तो वो कितने कितने हैं. जैसे एक स्कूल में 95, नेक्स्ट स्कूल में 67, थर्ड स्कूल में 28. ओके, सो इन दिस वे द डाटा इज गिवन. So as you see that it is very difficult to arrange the large amount of data. So that's why to make its presentation easily, we arranged in groups. Like we make the groups of this data, like 20 to 29, okay, 29 and 30 to 39. तो हम इसको इस तरीके से ग्रुप में अरेंज कर लेंगे, ठीक है. एंड दीज ग्रुप्स आर कॉल्ड क्लासेस और क्लास इंटरवल्स, एंड देयर साइज इज कॉल्ड क्लास साइज. ओके, इन ईच ऑफ दीज क्लासेस द लीस्ट नंबर इज कॉल्ड लोअर क्लास लिमिट, एंड द greatest number is called upper class limit. Okay, so in this 20 is lower class limit and 29 is upper class limit. Here we write number of plants survived. Okay, and here we write tally marks, and here we write frequency. ओके, सो हम इसको ऐसे अरेंज कर लेते हैं 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, 60, 69, 70, 79, 80, 89 and 90 to 99. नाउ वी ड्रॉ द टैली मार्क्स. ओके, तो अब जैसे 1 नंबर के अकॉर्डिंग हमने टैली मार्क्स ड्रॉ करते जाना है. जैसे फर्स्ट है 95, तो 95 हमारा किस में आ रहा है, इन दोनों के बीच में आ रहा है, तो हम क्या लगाएंगे 1, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट इज 67 हियर, 28 हियर, 32 हियर, 65 हियर, अगेन 65 हियर, 69, then 33, then 98, 96, then 76, then 42, 32, 38, 42, 40, 40, 69. So as you see, 69 is in this column. So after 4 lines we draw a slant line. Okay, कि 4 लाइनों के बाद हमने जो 5th लाइन ड्रॉ करनी है वो हमने ऐसी टेढ़ी लाइन ड्रॉ करनी है इनके ऊपर, ठीक है. तो ये हमारा 5-5 का एक पेयर बन गया, ठीक है. तो इसके बाद जैसे ये 69 के बाद इसमें हमारे पास 62 आएगा. ठीक है। तो जो 62 की टैली मार्क लगानी है आपने, वो नेक्स्ट दोबारा से स्टार्ट करनी है। तो इस तरीके से हमारे पास 5-5 का पेयर बनता जाएगा, ठीक है। In this way, firstly we draw the tally marks. Clear? So now we write the frequency here. तो यहाँ पे कितनी tallies हैं? 3. We write here 3. Now count these. 5 plus 5 10, 10 plus 4 14. 5 plus 5 10 plus 2 12. 5 plus 3 8. 5 5 5 15. 15 plus 3 18. 5 plus 5 10. 5 plus 5 10 plus 5 15 plus 5 20 plus 3 23. Again 12. Okay. Now we add all the frequencies. So when we add, its answer is 100. Okay. So total number of schools are also 100. So here our answer is also 100. So it means our answer is correct. Okay. In this way we can draw the frequency distribution table, and this is known as a grouped frequency distribution table. ओके जो हमने पहले किया था वो हमारे पास अनग्रुप्ड फ्रीक्वेंसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन टेबल था, उसमें हमने ये ग्रुप नहीं बनाए थे। अब इसमें हमने ग्रुप बनाए हैं, तो ये हमारे पास कौन सा फ्रीक्वेंसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन टेबल है? ग्रुप्ड फ्रीक्वेंसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन टेबल। So as in this question we observe that the classes in the table are non-overlapping. Okay, so note that we could have made more classes of shorter size, okay, of large size also. For instance, the intervals could have been 22 to 26, 27 to 31 and so on. So there is no hard and fast rule about this except that the classes should not overlap. Okay. Let us take an example. Now this is a frequency distribution table which gives the weight of 38 students of a class. Okay. Now suppose that if two new students of weight 35.5 and 40.5 are admit in this class. Okay, so then in which interval we include them? Okay, so as you see we can't add them in these that are ending with 35, then 36 to 40. So why this happening? This is because there are gaps in between them, upper and lower limit of two consecutive classes. Okay, so we need to divide the intervals so that the upper and the lower of consecutive intervals are the same. Okay, for this we have to firstly find the difference of upper and lower limit. Okay, so like 31 and 35, firstly we find the लोअर लिमिट ऑफ क्लास 36 टू 40। जो हमारे पास ये क्लास है 36 टू 40, इसकी लोअर लिमिट हमारे पास क्या है? 36। ओके, एंड इफ वी सी दैट 31 एंड 35, तो इसकी लोअर अपर लिमिट क्या है हमारे पास? 35। तो इसकी हमने अपर लिमिट देखनी है, इसकी लोअर लिमिट। अब दोनों को माइनस कर देंगे, 36 माइनस 35, 36 minus 35, आंसर इज 1। सो नाउ डिवाइड 1 by 2। अब हम 1 को डिवाइड कर देंगे 2 से, सो 1 डिवाइडेड बाय 2, आंसर इज 0.5। तो क्या करना है कि 0.5 31 में से माइनस कर देना है और 0.5 35 में ऐड कर देना है। ठीक है, तो आपको सिंपल ये प्रोसेस करने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है। अगर ये तो मैंने जस्ट आपको बताया कि हम 0.5 कैसे माइनस कैसे ऐड और सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं। ठीक है, सिंपली हमने हर क्वेश्चन में क्या करना होता है, 0.5 लोअर लिमिट में माइनस कर दो और 0.5 अपर लिमिट में क्या कर देंगे, ऐड। ठीक है, तो जब हम 31 में से 0.5 माइनस करेंगे, जैसे हमारे पास 31 है तो 31 में 0.5 माइनस करेंगे तो हमारे पास क्या आ जाएगा, 30.5। And when we add 0.5 to 35, its answer is 35.5. Again we subtract 0.5 from 36, its answer is 35.5, and then we add 0.5 to 40, its answer is 40.5. तो इस तरीके से हमने ऐड एंड सब्ट्रैक्ट करते जाना है. तो हमारे पास क्या आ जाएगा, 30.5 to 35.5, 35.5 to 40.5, 40.5 to 45.5, 45.5 to 50.5. तो ये हमारे पास एक ऐसी सीरीज बन जाएगी. क्लियर? So as you see that now it is easy and it is possible for us to include a weight of new students, okay, in these classes. So as you know that we take two students weight, that is 35.5 and 40.5, okay. So now here one another problem, that is जो हम 35.5 है वो हम किस क्लास में लगाएंगे, क्योंकि हमारे पास यहाँ पे भी 35.5 आ रहा है और यहाँ पे भी 35.5 आ रहा है. ओके, सो इन विच क्लास डू यू थिंक दिस वेट शुड बी कंसिडर्ड? We considered 35.5 in this class, 35.5 to 40.5. We consider it in this class, not in this class. Okay. So with these assumptions, the new frequency distribution table will be this one. Okay. तो हमने जैसे 30 पहले जो यहाँ पे था 5 स्टूडेंट्स थे, तो हमारे पास 35.5 का वेट का एक और स्टूडेंट ऐड हो गया. तो अब हम इसको यहाँ पे ऐड कर देंगे तो हमारे पास कितने हो जाएंगे, 6. Clear? So in this way you have to solve the questions, and we have the exercise 14.2 and you have to try it. Okay.